as you guys might have heard, we had some big announcements this week.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct. Our announcements were original Xbox Back Compat. Hope I didn't get it. Here you go.
That was good. No, that was good. That was good.
To discuss this thrilling new edition is one of our favorite guests, program manager and ice hockey extraordinaire, Bill Stillwell.
Bill.
Everyone give it up for Bill.
Hey guys,
Welcome back, Bill.
Thanks.
First.
You're on the 4th episode of our show. I'm the historian of tips and tricks.
That's
To
good.
talk about original Back Compat, all up, Xbox 360. And then a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we talked about Halo coming back. And now you're just stepping up each and every time. Now we're bringing
more every
original
time, every chance I get.
Every chance. I can't wait to see what you bring up next. But original Xbox Back Compat announced yesterday. It's available today, right?
Yeah, we have 13 games that came out today. We've been playing them online, doing some streams. Here's the list right here.
Yes.
And there's some classics. We're super excited that we have the publisher support to get the games that we got. Knights of the Old Republic, Ninja Gaiden Black, just some really, really good games.
Yeah, we've been geeking out hardcore about KOTOR.
Oh my God, my favorite game. We did a top 5 games of all time, and that was on my list as number 1.
Yeah.
It is an
I remember
amazing
when
game.
it was on your list.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I didn't say anything.
And people voted for Ethan's list. Mine was obviously superior.
KOTOR was good. The only reason I didn't put it on my list because it was on yours. You gotta, you gotta
Fair
space that
fair
out.
enough.
I'm curious, Bill. Do you have a favorite?
Ooh, after 13.
On this list,
Yeah, of this list.
there's a lot of them I like. I must admit, Pirates. If you haven't played
yes.
Pirates, I lost just forever on that game.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a simple game. It's not real complex, but it's a ton of fun.
Nice.
But I am still enjoying. And then Fusion Frenzy, I know we've
Can't
talked
go
about it a
wrong.
lot. Like
Oh my God. it
the
has my
number
heart.
of relationships that have been broken on a couch playing that game.
It's so good. And the thing is, I didn't even have the game. I just had the demo. Because official Xbox magazine, if you don't know, that was a magazine that came with a demo disc. And Fusion Frenzy was on it. So I didn't get it
Yes.
because my dad wasn't going to buy a $50 game like that. He got me Dead or Alive 3, which is a great game. But this is a game that I played over and over again. And it's just so amazing. So good. Such a good party game.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually had that demo disc.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
it was
so good.
awesome. I got a shout out. Fusion's big choice. KOTOR, I love. Crimson Skies.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, was that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the first Xbox Live game? Because I remember you could
one
play
of
it
the
online.
biggest.
It was one of the first.
It was one of the first online
Yeah.
games. It was the first for us because that's the game that we used to get the program greenlit.
Right.
When we were first proving
Cool.
that we could do original Xbox games. We've been working on 360 for a while, and we actually set up, and I told the story before, but we actually had an Xbox One X, and it was a development kit at the time, an Xbox One S, a 360, and an original Xbox.
Playing the
And we
game.
had them all system linked together in our
good.
labs, and we were playing 4-player, and I just took video on my phone, and then we sent it to the leadership team and said, hey, just look what we got going on in the lab.
That's so
Absolutely
awesome.
insane.
Then it was come upstairs and demo, and
Yeah.
that's how we got the program.
Nice. And
released.
you
Very
guys got
cool.
to unveil at E3, which
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
to the E3.
That's really cool.
So good.
Black, I remember being like the first game you could break apart the map. Like you could
really?
shoot
Oh, with, like,
concrete and it would
destructible-
rip it. Yeah, semi-destructible. It was awesome.
And speaking of breaking, Ninja Gaiden Black forced many people to like break their controllers. It
Yeah.
was so hard.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But I loved it. It was just a pleasure. Being
Yeah, Ninja
just-
Gaiden Black players like laugh at
destroyed.
Dark Souls.
Yeah,
right?
exactly,
It's
man.
so hard.
It's
so
like
hard.
I've never been so like more happy to tear my own hair out. You know what I mean? Those games
Jeez,
are
that
so.
that's pretty.
I mean, it's kind of true though. Like
intense.
Ninja Gaiden, Dark Souls, now Cuphead. Like I don't know. There's value in games that are that difficult.
Yes,
sucker
sure.
for punishment. Yeah, but I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the improvements that Back Compat, OG Xbox Back Compat brings. Do the games look better? I know they do. 'Cause I
They do
saw
look
it.
better. Yeah, and in fact, they look significantly better.
There we go.
We have some comparison videos that we've been putting out.
Yeah.
You can see them online, and you'll actually see, as we describe it, and we've heard some of the developers that we've shown this to describe it, this is how the game plays. This is how they think the game plays in their memories. And I think
100%.
that's the key way to
100%.
think about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Is you remember these games with nostalgia. You remember them with sort of this view of at the time they were cutting edge, and then you go back and you look and you're like, that doesn't look the way I thought it looked.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
And so we're super excited. The team's developed something we call the Hygiene Method. It's named after the developer who created it.
Nice.
And basically what it happens here is that because the Xbox One X and S have more power for us to expand the resolution, once we expand the resolution, we can then pack a higher density of pixels. So we see 4 times the pixels on Xbox One S and 16 times the pixels
16.
on Xbox One X. On all of the OG games, we've enabled this capability. And so you just see much crisper
Yeah.
views and everything. There's still times where you'll go to a pre-rendered cutscene or something, and then we can't apply any trick because
Sure.
it's just a video.
Right.
But other than that, they look great. And in some cases, look like they're brand new
100%. I
games.
saw the one for this and Fusion Frenzy,
Yeah.
and it's just so impressive. Like, I just didn't think that was possible to actually like bump up how the game looked via Back Compat, but you guys proved me wrong.
Well, and I think the key is, we don't touch game code.
Okay.
We don't do anything other than make the emulator present at a different layer and adjusted to the resolution that's on the screen.
Gotcha.
So these are all in the game. This is the assets that they built. These are the textures that they built. We bring it closer to their initial vision for the game, where it's no longer constrained by the hardware.
I love that.
Well, they're just taking care of our childhood.
Exactly. Before we get into the demo, I think one of the cool things, and I saw so many employees even today walking in with their discs and the case. Discs work. Like you can get your disc and put it inside. Your original Xbox disc works inside of an
just
Xbox
like the
One.
360 program.
Crazy.
If you own it digitally, it'll show up and ready to install. If you own it with disc, you put the disc in and we download the game and you can play it.
That's awesome. So if you held on to your discs.
Yes. And surprisingly, a ton of people did.
Yeah. I know I did. I have like I have both KOTORs on disc still.
Ooh, I
saved
never
them.
played KOTOR 2.
Oh, it's good.
Is it? Okay.
It's very good.
We'll see.
For one's my favorite. 2 is good.
Nice.
Yeah. I know we pre-downloaded Crimson Skies.
Yep.
Mainly because I wanted to fire it up so you guys could see what it looks like, and also the intro. Right?
Yes.
Like, it's so awesome. So the
You
original
teased
games.
it last time you were here. I went back and I watched it yesterday. I was like, oh, that was a tease.
Yeah, it
so
was.
in just a second or two, we're going to see
The original Xbox intro?
Oh, my God. It brought back so many memories.
I know. I got goosebumps first time.
Here we are.
Look at that. Yeah.
So good.
It's so simple, but it's so good.
So
Like,
good, yeah. Just so many memories. Now, all you guys need to do is bring back that green dash, that the weird,
with the weird sounds
with
in
the
the
weird.
background.
Yeah.
It was insane.
It sounds like your house is haunted if you're not paying attention.
Exactly.
Look at the old logo.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No expense was spared back then.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now, while we wait for
Quality
the
special effects.
exactly, while we wait for the game to load, I think I said this last time that you were here, but it's just indicative of the commitment of Microsoft to honor the purchases that you've made in your past. So much so to go back all the way back to the original Xbox. And can you talk a bit about the decisions, kind of like to actually go and tackle this?
Yeah, sure. Nostalgia is obviously a big part of gaming. Like just like movies, just like music, you remember things that just have an emotional connection for you. And so one of the challenges for the games industry, especially in the console space, is that every generation that stuff gets left behind. We talked about Mario, and sort of everybody's got a history with that.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you don't want to lose that history. So that's a huge driver for it. The other one is as media shifts to a digital world, customers they perceive a risk, right? They're making a bet on a company that their library will be protected. So that's also a super important part of our program. And overall, what we're trying to drive through is get the past, present, and future games all in one library. Fusion Frenzy. That was a launch title for this box.
Yeah.
And you can play it
16 years ago.
Yeah, and you can play it today.
Insane.
It's still
unprecedented in the console
so fun.
space. And we see it here, Crimson Skies.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm sure what you guys are talking about is interesting. Playing Crimson.
No, but
Skies.
yeah, this is another example of how the game looks amazing. It looks like I remember it. Which
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
As
like how
you
you
said.
remember it. It doesn't look like it
actually
actually
originally
was.
looks exactly like you just said earlier. Yeah, 100%. This was another game that I never had, but I had it on a demo disc, and I just had a lot of demo discs.
Meant to do it. Meant to do it.
Very
This is
good.
great, man. Follow
Follow Betty.
All right, I'm following Betty. This game takes me back. I cannot tell you how this is. I get goosebumps right now. Like, this is awesome.
So impressive, so impressive.
Ooh.
So let's talk about what are there any like teases? What can we expect? I know this process for getting games back compat is a little different than it is on 360, right?
Yeah, it's just that because they're older,
Right.
and because that it's multiple generations. Some of the contracts were written on paper. When that was a thing.
What's this paper you speak of?
Yeah, it's this really old stuff. It's like
Yeah.
digital, but you can physically touch it.
I don't get it.
Barbarians
I don't understand.
don't get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
never heard of it.
and in addition, a lot of the studios have changed hands. KOTOR's a really good example. We have a great support. I mean, here's a game the BioWare built. They were doing it with Lucas. Then that studio moved and got acquired, but then Disney bought the rights to the franchises while EA is picking up BioWare. And
Wow.
it's just
Yeah.
shuffled all
So
over the
many
place.
parties.
And running it all down is a lot more work, and in a lot of cases going to be impossible for us to move through. What we're focusing on, unlike the 360, is the ones that fans are most interested in, that have the highest value into the portfolio, and then we're going after those a lot harder. We will do another wave of releases. This was just the first wave.
Yeah.
There'll be another one that'll happen probably not before the holidays, but hopefully soon after.
Can you tease it?
Yeah.
You probably can't.
I can, but I'm not gonna.
But you're not gonna. Yeah.
Nobody's
Never-
watching
never
this
on this show. Yeah.
Nobody's watching. But I think the initial list was fantastic. I think you guys get
I
an
think
A
it's a
plus
good
from me.
start. Thank you.
Malik
Yeah.
seal of approval.
I would agree.
Stamped.
And we're looking forward to make it even better.
Absolutely
Thank you
awesome.
so much, Bill.
Well, Bill, thank you so
Thanks,
much for
guys.
stopping by again to talk about
Good
this.
to see you again.
Yes. Give it up for Bill.
Stillwell.
Give it up for Bill.
The man with the plan.
You took my game away.
Oh no, Ethan, it's okay. We'll play a little bit afterwards. All right.
You said my battleship.